If you didn't get that, make sure that you go to the box settings, and I've given a padding of top, right, bottom, and left all set to 10, and you'll now see that I have nice big buttons over there in my navigation. Those are the 3 different items that I want, and I can go to live view just to make sure that those are going to show the way I want, and it looks like they are indeed. Now, you'll notice that the left-hand edge is a little bit far away. It could be nice if that was actually aligned a little bit better over to the left. So I'm going to go back to the UL setting, and I'm going to edit that by double-clicking on it or choosing Edit, right-clicking and choosing Edit, and I'm going to change so that I have my padding and margins set to 0. And let's see what happens when I hit OK on those. Or apply rather. Okay, now you'll see that that has moved all the way over to the left, and now that these navigation bars are basically the same width as my top bar. But we might want to go ahead and have some padding. It's not a bad idea to have some. So if I go ahead and put maybe 5 or maybe even 10, I might do 10, and then if I do 10 only on the bottom and the top by clicking off the same for all and taking off the left and right. Oops, right 0, left 0. There we go. You'll see that that's nested in there pretty well. And click OK. Now you'll notice that there is a little bit more space in between them, and that's because we had that set for the list items. So I can go to the list item and change that to maybe just 10 pixels in between, and you'll see that has now made it so that my navigation is nice and consistent. Now another thing that I like to do is I like to put the more simplified selectors first. So I'm going to drag the navbar UL and put it above the LI one. Now if I go down just a little bit more, you'll see that we have this link here, and now what we need to do is create one for hover. So I can actually maybe select this text if I want. If I go in here, I might be able to select some of it. Yep, it'll sort of allow me to do it. I'm going to copy that with Control C just so it makes when I create the next style a little bit easier. So I'll go and click on an item. I'm on that LI item, and I'm going to create a new CSS rule, and this time I can just paste what I already had, or you can type this in. Doesn't matter if you type it in because you'll get the same thing, but it's going to be navbar UL space LI space A, and then this will be a hover effect. Let's click OK. And now I'm going to change it so that when I hover over it, I might change the color of my navigation to be a little bit different. So I'm going to give my color to my text so it's green, and my background color I'm going to make even lighter. So I'm going to click and choose the existing color, and then go back over to the color picker and maybe even make it a lot lighter. Click OK, apply, and OK. Now, do we know if this is working or not? We don't really know until we test it out. So we can go to live view and see if it works, but right now it's not really giving us hover effects. So let's go ahead. Let's make sure that that hover is below the other ones. Let's go ahead and try it with F12. Now you'll see that our navigation is working, and it's giving us nice big buttons for our navigation. If I go back to Dreamweaver once again in live view, oh, look at that. It is showing me now, and it might have been just because of the fact that the hover needs to be below the other ones in order to work. So this is really looking great, and we're about to go on and tweak some of the other colors for the other divisions.